Game of Stones by Philip Lee. It starts with a quote from Byron in Childe Harold. Thy mouldering shrines removed by British hands, which it had best behoved to guard. Say, what you doing in London? Godot at the Criterion? Superman at the Odeon? An actor's life, eh? All who, what, when, where, how long, the feeble plot to settle in, then off you trot. No job for thespian as carved in stone. On the South Bank, one false step and you're gone. I hear that Kevin Spacey plans to take over at the National. Nothing but a bag of marbles to him. He's got the bloody gall. Still, summer's due, the festival season, a fortnight's day release of shifting scenery for strutting fools in stand-up tragedies from drama schools. So Tuesday lunchtime, still at home, in breaking news, the telephone is hanging off the kitchen wall. The agent of my dreams has called to offer me a Vindaloo down the cut behind Waterloo. Can't help thinking, this is it, the old Vic. Dynamo Kev has died and broke his neck. I'm hardly joking there, of course. Would sooner end up on my horse, driving a bus or horse-drawn hearse, than shun some other player's purse. With actors' honour, it's a farce. They do their mums with deadly fools to chant two poxy lines on a chorus. Never trust us. As dreamboats, we're porous. At the cafe, I play it cool, order before asking what's new. Talk pork pies through mouthfuls of food. We actors know how to be rude. And feigning hungry's no big do when all you've had for weeks is gruel. To which the hennaed one leans on elbows, points riveting eyes out of the windows. Yes, careless when I'm good and fed, I'll size things up like, what's next, bed? Bit early, she's shaking her head. So out we trot to smoke the weed, drink pavement coffees I don't need. And then she shows her hand. Now read. Afraid I can't offer you the Dominion, but have you played the British Museum? Well, here's a potty history, less on a subject of temple thieves than a saga of daring don'ts. It's Lord Elgin's tour with the Stones, from swiping them under the eaves to losing them in a tempest. Of Britons, that toff was not our finest. Strike me, who's producing this? Rudolf Hess? The play, if I may call it so, is more a series of tableaux, where visitors prepared to queue will pass along the hall and view enacted scenes of peace and war, in which Lord Elgin breaks no law, but saves the marble effigies from harm, a loyal view that chokes me with its charm. I say, Lord Byron, bless his socks, summed up the peer who snatched those rocks, cursing the hour the wastrel jock bribed their keepers, then swung from block and tackle, rope and ox in yoke, to load a British heart of oak with half the panoply of ancient gods, carved by Phidias and his sculptor bods. She turns and looks at me askance. How is it that a proper dunce like you, a poxy mime, can trounce poor Elgin's ghost in twopence rhymes? Don't you go looking up those stones, no reading between given lines. She curses the world and questions the times. You'd think 'twas me had done the dirty crime. Aren't you keen to earn some money? 2 shows a day, your evenings off, play the world's greatest gallery? She twists me round her little stiff. After this you be on telly. Downton Abbey, the sky's your roof. She's got a point there, knows her stuff, Lord Struth. But can't an actor have a conscience, Ruth? Look, Phil, she says, you fit the bill. Tall and thick with a turned-up nose. The accent, I'm supposing, will be Lowland Scots, with half a dose of Scarlet Pimpernel. I'll kill you if you turn this down. And Rose, referring to her cunning friend below, will never ever see again her Joe. Oh no, not that. She's got me there. Who else but Ruth would brave my lair? Who else admired his thinning hair? But think of Stavros. What of Saf? Oh, would my Elgin make them laugh? Or would they deem it simply naff that I should play a character so far removed from all the boys ever stood for? Ruth takes another swipe at me, probing my face with fiery eyes. I turn away in fear, she'll see the brittle bones my cheeks despise. I'd turn to stone as soon as be the villain of her enterprise. And since she's staring at these knocking knees, I'll do affect a kind of wobbly freeze. And then a smile breaks up her mouth. The fair Medusa's wicked pout. She's had a second thought, no doubt. I'll wait a moment, catch my breath. You never know with Ruth, it's life or death. She'll choose like old Queen Beth to have your head brought in on a platter, or guide your teeth to the royal garter. Dead right, she says. Those Greeks deserve some bod to speak on their behalf. You mentioned Byron. Now a perv like him should make it half and half. I'll call the writer who's in love, the numbers tattooed on my calf. Just be a darling and press the Prada. An old pal of yours, he went to RADA. So this one's for Stavros and Saf. Oh, in hopes they'll get the end laugh. I'm playing Lord Byron at last, and chasing a girl in a cast. If our producers told the truth, or the good fairies found my tooth, in a year we'll have transferred to Athens. Toodle Pip, tell what happens.